Whether we want to admit it or not, safety is something in the world today that we covet more than most other things. Mainly because when we feel safe, we know that it can lead to many things, including happiness. At one point in time, cars were anything but safe, as they couldn't protect much and didn't have basic safety features. But as time went, more and more safety features were added to help ensure that cars are safe, and it's possible that the safest cars out there right now are the Teslas, made by Elon Musk and his company. Allow us to break down why that is. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 4. Elon Musk wants safe vehicles. On the surface, this may sound like a rather odd thing, mainly because it would be a truly irresponsible thing to say that you want to make a car that isn't safe. But when it comes to Elon Musk, he's anything but typical, which you can tell in how he handled certain things, as well as the various vehicles and crafts he designs. But regardless of his eccentricities, Elon Musk is a guy who does understand the dangers of cars and how they can affect drivers. At one point in time, he had a McLaren F1, one of the fastest and coolest cars ever made, and he loved pushing that thing to the limit to see how fast it could go, and he did drive it into the ground. Yeah, he totaled it, and it was honestly a miracle that he survived as bad as a crash he had. So with that in mind, there's little doubt that he honestly wants a safe car, because should he be driving one of his Tesla models and he crashes, he'll likely want to feel he could survive the experience no matter what happens. But wait, there's even more. Don't forget Elon Musk is a family man, and he honestly has a lot of kids, which was the inspiration behind one of his cars. So if he's driving them around in a Tesla ride, he'll want them to know that it's truly safe, even if the worst should happen. Because if he doesn't value his own life, which has been questioned at times, you could bet that he would do all he could do to keep his kids safe, and by extension, your family's safe. And if none of that registers, if Tesla cars weren't safe to a great degree, no one would want to buy them, and that would sink the company, which would devastate Elon. Number 3. A special kind of invention. There are certain things that honestly set a company like Tesla apart from the other car companies and makers. And yes, Elon Musk is a big part of that. But in truth, a big reason for their success is that they aim to take the cars they made and innovate them in a simple yet effective way to make sure they're truly better. You might think those car companies do this with their various models, but with Tesla, they honestly do it better. They don't wait a year for the next model to arrive before working on things. They get started right away so that the best version of their cars can be on the road sooner rather than later, which can apply to their safety features. Here's an excerpt from a safety ratings test for one of their Tesla models that did really well. Listen to how they describe the safety features. Like Model S and Model X, Model 3 benefits from its all-electric architecture and powertrain design, which consists of a strong, rigid passenger compartment, fortified battery pack, and overall low center of gravity. These safety fundamentals help to prevent intrusion into the cabin and battery modules, and distribute crash force systematically away from the cabin, all while providing the foundation of our superior front crumple zone that is optimized to absorb energy and crash more efficiently. All of that is just one model of a car that they have going, and you can see all the features and abilities that these cars have to go and make things better and keep the people safe in the cars they make. And with each model, each innovation, they're going to look for more ways to do better. It's just who they are. Number 2. Keeping the environment safe. We're not going to get too political with this, but there's a truth that needs to be said. And to be blunt, the world is getting worse because of all the gas-powered cars that are in the world. There are billions of cars on the road, all over the world, because of the billions of people driving cars all over the world. Because of the billions of people, each one is putting poisonous gases into the atmosphere and thus causing the world to slowly heat up. Though some are honestly trying to fix the problem, many aren't, and thus ironically, it falls into people like Elon Musk to try and come up with innovations that will help the world change, like with the electric cars. Because of how they operate, they emit no gas or poisonous emissions. They're purely electric, and while there were some questions about how safe they were originally and how effective they would be, Tesla has put that to rest, more or less. So thus, if they are able to put these cars into millions upon millions of people's garages, we're slowly but surely going to help the world by pumping less gas into the atmosphere. It won't fix everything, but it'll help a lot, and thus it's something that should be noted. Number 1. Elon wants a self-driving world. As we've shown you, Tesla wants to change the world in terms of how they have cars function, and what they could do for the drivers themselves. The safety features of the cars are a big thing, but it also raises the notion of how much safer things will be if humans don't have to drive at all, which is another thing that the company, and of course Elon Musk, wants to do in part or in whole. You might have heard that they are working on self-driving cars. But you might not know that they're aiming to start doing tests on self-driving taxis this year. It's true, they're hoping to do some market tests this year and maybe expand in 2021. But because of that, we could be entering a world soon of self-driving cars, which would be interesting and potentially very safe, as long as the software holds, because people can be impulsive and dangerous on the roads. Computers? Not so much. So there you have it, everyone. A look at the Tesla company, its creator and head engineer Elon Musk, and how they're truly trying to make a car brand that is safe for all drivers and for all areas of life. Are you surprised by how far this company is trying to push for safety? Which of these figures might lead you to try to get and drive a Tesla one day? Are you waiting for more proof of their safety? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.